This is homework 5, and in this homework you will calculate the coordinates of the traverse that you worked with last week. So you're going to use your homework 4 traverse. You're not going to draw anything more, and you're just going to open that up. Then you're going to calculate the coordinates. The coordinates are in northing easting form, and this is analogous to y, x. And you're going to calculate that for each of the 5 points. You're going to create a table, as you see below here, using Excel, and you're going to import it into the AutoCAD. That's the only AutoCAD you're doing this week, is getting this Excel table in there. Then using this table, you're going to calculate the misclosure, and you need to do a few things here, so let me explain. First, you're going to go ahead and fill in distance and then the bearing of BC, distance and bearing of CD, distance and bearing of DE, and then finally the distance and bearing of EA. So you should know all that, and you can fill that in. Then you're going to calculate the latitude of BC and the departure of BC. And in order to do that, you can go to YouTube, go to the Survey Points website on YouTube, and number 5 will explain latitude and departure. So you're going to calculate that, you're going to calculate this. Then, as is explained in the YouTube video, you're going to take the sum of the latitudes and then the sum of the departures. They should be close to 0. And what these are your error. And if you look at your CAD drawing from last week, the sum of the latitudes should be equal to your delta y, that misclosure's delta y, and the sum of the departures should be equal to the misclosure's delta x. So if you were to go to last week's homework and snap a distance from where you started and where you ended, the delta y and the delta x should be the same as your sum of your latitudes and sum of your departures. Then you're going to calculate the coordinates. Coordinates are always given, well, almost always given as northing easting, and that's backwards from what you're used to. And the northing is analogous to y, and the easting is analogous to x. And the way you calculate those, so the northing of A plus the latitude of AB is the northing of B. And likewise, the easting of A plus the departure of AB is equal to the easting of B. And when you get down, and when you, so you're going to calculate that. And then you're going to look at this, and you're going to have a new coordinates of A, and they should be off. They won't be quite 5,000, 5,000 as you started. They'll be off by the summation of the latitudes and departures. So you're going to do that. If you have any questions, please ask me in class. I will go over it in whatever detail you want in class. So that's what you're going to do for the homework. You're going to submit a digital copy of the DWG file plotted to scale. It has to be an engineering scale. So let's see how you'd get the Excel file into CAD. I will say you can do this either way. You can create an Excel file and just type the numbers in and then do the calculations on your calculator and fill in all these check boxes. Or you can have Excel do the calculations for you. If you're pretty good in Excel, I would suggest that you have Excel do it for you. If you're not so comfortable with Excel, it's probably easier to do it in your calculator. and then just type the numbers into the spreadsheet. Alright, let's look at Civil 3D. This isn't what yours is going to look like. You're going to have the house and everything. You're going to have homework 4, but it'll look something like this. So we want to insert an Excel file into here. So the command is insert obj for object. All one word. Insert object. A bunch of objects you can insert. Let's insert an 97 to 2003 worksheet. And now we can, this is a worksheet. It's just like any other you've worked with. Okay. So go ahead and put in what you need. And here it is. And you can just play around and make it as large or as small as you need. And when you're done, put it somewhere in the center here. And make sure everything's legible. That's it. Thank you.